Remember playing at the playground? Or maybe emptying your lunch money at the arcade instead of buying food? Those were the good times, right? These days, where can you hang out with your friends comfortably without, breaking the bank? Overpriced drain water at Starbucks? The bubble tea shop with no seating space? Or hijacking a restaurant table for hours and get death stared by the manager? There seems to be a lack of third spaces for people to simply chill, relax, hang out, or even do art comfortably. So let's talk more about it in this video. Yes everyone, Kochi Caturteer in the house here, and welcome to the Caturteer-Channel. I'm a full-time illustrator and animator, and today I do want to talk about third spaces, those spaces outside of work and home. Yes, so if you want to hear more about my, my art friends, working life friends, the life of an artist and content creator, remember to subscribe where I give you more commentary and storytime videos. Yes, so let's get back to talking about third spaces. So maybe after work, after a long tiring day, you want to go and play, you want to go and do some gaming, hang out. Where do you find such spaces? Most games are going online, alright? So there's no longer any more LAN shops, alright? Arcades are slowly turning into like legal casinos, literally. And cinemas are overpriced with dog shit shows like Red Hulk or Captain America with the Red Hulk. And then, you just want to find places to draw here and hang out here and sit down. There's no proper space for you to do that. So honestly, I find that these days, if you want to go somewhere randomly after work, where do you go? Most people just say, oh, let's just go home and sleep. Yeah, no real fun place to go to. Everywhere just feels boring or unaccommodating. Yeah. So personally, I love art, even though my art was shit for over 2 decades. Seriously. Including when I was in school. However, we're talking about my school days right now a little bit. Okay, I miss technicals college, alright? Not my classes, cause my school went to shit in my second year onwards. I'm so sorry saying shit so many times in this video. What I love about technical college was actually my school club activities. So there's this club in my school called Japanese Cultural Group, where we have 3 main departments. So to break down what it's pretty much about is, anime is anime, cuisine is nom food, arts and entertainment is basically to be honest, they're supposed to do all those yukata stuff. They're supposed to do a lot more, traditional origami. But most of the time, arts and entertainment is called the girls fawning over boy bands. Honestly, yes, that's the whole idea of what arts and entertainment is for the most part. So for me, I'm part of the anime side of things. And that's also where my Fujoshi tendencies grew out of control. Yes, so there are multiple aspects and activities that they do in the anime side of the Japanese cultural group. But for me, alright, I'm gonna talk about the 2 that I focused most on when I was involved in the club activities. So the first one is actually drawing session. So every Monday we actually gather to draw a weekly theme. And most of us, we don't have high-tech equipment. Even me, I didn't have a drawing tablet. So it was mostly pen, paper, pencil. It was just all traditional art. But what was great, it was a good time chilling with everybody, gathering around. Anime fans gathering around to do art, to draw. It was an art jam. We see how each other people draw. We even do a bit of show and tell. And then we've got our mentors, which are actually the super good students. Students who are super good at art to just assist us. And I think it was just a very fun activity. Yeah, really fun, really enjoyable. I mean, I didn't improve that much from my art, but I gotta say, just getting together and draw feels so relaxing and amazing. Alright, Wednesdays, we have this thing called dance session, which was led by me and a senpai. Alright, so we actually do mostly anime dancers, Nico dancers, MMD dancers, alright, and a bit of J-pop dance. So what are my favorite dances during time? There's Danjo, Caramel Dancing, Pom Pom Pom, Invader, Luka Luka Night Fever, and yeah, one of my favorite ones, Yaranaika Dun, 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 dun. Okay, if you know what that is, you know what that is. Anyways, so on Friday we do have karaoke where people, they just book out the whole lecture hall and sing their lungs out. Personally, I don't really go there. I mean, I go there and chill and hang out with people, but it's not really my thing, if you get what I mean. Yeah. So now that I'm out of college, alright, I no longer have such places, alright, and spaces to hang out with people. Like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't go disco. I've never been to any disco, by the way, alright? So there's really no life for me outside of work, to be honest. Yeah, I'm actually honestly really sad and disappointed. Alright, there's no place to hang out, there's nowhere to find people. And they're like, no, proper spaces for us to really just gather with our groups, gather with anything. You go to the shopping mall. Singapore, there's so many shopping malls, alright? You don't have those big box stores like Costco and all I see you have in Americas and in Australia. We only have shopping malls, and our shopping malls are all like clothes, fast fashion clothes, food, a few game shops. Even though I don't have a single game shop near the mall nearest to me, the 3 malls nearest to me have no game shops, alright? So I was like, it's just so boring and just feels so unentertaining. Yeah. And going out just feels like I'm bleeding my wallet, because if I go out, I end up going to cafes to, sit down and draw, sit down and chill. And I don't know. My wallet is dead. So with that, I've evolved in the Hikikomori Gremlin. I hope you can relate with that. So honestly, this went on for years, and over a year ago, everything changed because I picked up the Ultraman card game. Alright, so from there, I started to visit more card shops, got to know more people with similar interests. I also picked up the Hololive card game, and then I picked up Beyblade earlier this year. I got to meet more people and actually get to move. I can tell you, Beyblade can be tiring, alright? I can come home and go, out of energy, Beyblade drained me up. It was fun, it's enjoyable, and I get to touch more grass. Okay, however, I find that finding these places can be quite difficult, to be honest. Like, they're not like proper shops. Like for card shops, they're all hidden in like, some secluded area. Right? If you're going there for the first time, be like, we are going to some industrial park. Mysterious card shop at the corner of the industrial park. Or you go to this abandoned looking building, and then you got a card shop at the basement. Most of our card shops are in such locations, so it feels, unless you know what you're looking for, it's really hard to find these places. Before the card shop stuff, alright, you want to find, somewhere random to hang out. There's nowhere to hang out. There's nothing. Life is boring. Life is, I won't say life is meaningless, but you get the point, okay? Alright, so do you have any third spaces yourself? Do you have any place to go home? Do you have any places to go other than home? Or are you stuck at home most of the time playing games on your computer? Let me know in the comments below here. And if card shops are your thing, alright, do you know that I did talk about Pokemon TCG destroying the world? How they, devalue so many cards? Check out this video here when I, rant about Pokemon cards. All that, I'll see you on the next one here. Nya nya!